YouTube, it's Maya here, and today I'm going to be doing my very first tutorial, and today I'm going to be telling you how to draw the Minions from the Minion movie. I am so excited for this movie because I love Minions. So, the materials you'll need are a pencil, an eraser, and you're definitely going to need some sort of colored pencils. You can use any kind you want or any kind you have on you. I don't really care, just as long as you have some sort of colored pencils. But I'm actually going to be using the Prismacolor Premier. It's actually a little box of colored pencils, but once you open them, there's a ton in there, but you don't have to be using the same ones as me. I just like these ones specifically, but you use whatever you have. So first I started off by drawing the Minion's body, and whenever I draw, I like to look at the drawing as little shapes. And I actually used a reference photo of the 3 Minions that I'm drawing right now. And so for Kevin, which is the tallest Minion, I saw a bit of like a cylinder shape that was pretty thin for him. And then for little Bob, which is the smallest Minion, I saw a bit of like a little rock. So that's kind of what I drew. I drew like a little chubby little rock. And then for Stuart, which is like the middle height Minion, I saw a bit more of an egg shape. He's a little bit more oval shaped or a little bit more rounded than Kevin and Bob. I'm going to tell you guys this right now, it did not take me one try to get these guys' bodies perfect. Like, no one's going to be able to draw a complete picture in one try. Like, that's literally impossible unless someone's like amazing at it and has some sort of amazing talented or practiced at it. You are definitely going to have to go over and over and over again, because I definitely did not like Kevin's body when I first drew it. So definitely have an eraser on you and don't get stressed out over it if you can't get it perfect the first time. As this video keeps going, you're definitely going to notice that I focus on one body part at a time, because I think focusing on one area at a time is just a little bit easier, because I think if you just focus on one thing, you'll get it done easier and faster without having to think about, like, if you were working on the eyes and the arms, you would be like going back and forth. And I think that focusing on one body part will get everything done faster, and it's definitely easier, I think. So I suggest doing that while you're drawing these. If you do, I don't know, if you don't want to, that's totally fine. When drawing the Minion's hair, I was just going very lightly with my pencil and just drawing little lines here and there. And I totally messed up on Stuart's hair. It looked so bad the first time I did it. I hated it. And I tried to get it. I messed up even more. And I didn't even fix it until a little while later. But it was just horrible. So please don't mind that. I'm so sorry, Stuart. I made your hair look horrible all over YouTube. I'm so sorry. Next, I started to work on the arms and hands, and I definitely know this from experience that arms and hands are not the most easiest thing to draw. So what I did was I looked at the picture as shapes again, like normal, and I also kept looking back at my reference photo. Your reference photo is like your best friend when it comes to drawing. If you don't have a reference photo, you can also use your own arm, and if you don't want to use your own arm while you're drawing, you could also look at like a little toy, like a Barbie doll or a small mannequin, that can also help you look at the shapes of an arm to help you draw it, or your hand. After finishing up with the arms and hands, I started to work on the overalls the Minions wear. Now I'm going to tell you right now, I am not the best when it comes to drawing clothes in general, so I definitely kept looking back at my reference photo to help me. If you're drawing these Minions or just drawing in general, I definitely suggest using a reference photo. If you don't have that much prior knowledge about clothes or cloth or anything, really, because reference photos give you exact details of where everything goes, so it definitely helps to make it more realistic. I started to work on the Minions' eyes, and for Bob and Kevin, they had 2 eyes, so I definitely had to take some time and making sure that their 2 eyes were mirror images of each other, because when you draw eyes, you want to make sure they're like exactly the same. And for Stuart, that was no problem because he only has 1 eye. So after drawing their eye, I added the goggles that go around and their little straps on the side. Also, for Kevin and Stuart, I had to add a little bit of their eyelid in their eye because they were both squinting in this picture, so you're going to see a little line in their eyeball. In these clips, I zoomed in my camera, that way you can see the details of their eyes, and you're also going to see me draw in the shapes of their mouth, either they're smiling, frowning, or Bob's just like in awe, and you're also going to see the words on the sign that Kevin is holding. And if you didn't know what Kevin's sign said, it says, "I'm with stupid." Isn't that so nice of him to say that about his friends? Alrighty, so here's what they look like right now, but I'm actually going to start outlining them, and I decided to outline them with the same color that I'm going to color them with, so I'm actually going to outline them with a colored pencil. Now, if you guys want, you can totally outline them in Sharpie if you want. However, if you do outline them in Sharpie, that's going to make them look a little bit more animated, and for this picture, I wanted to make them look a little bit more realistic, so I decided to outline them with colored pencil. But if you want to outline them with Sharpie, that's totally fine, because I normally actually always outline my stuff in Sharpie because I just think that's a little bit more efficient, but I just wanted to make this picture a little bit more realistic, so I decided to do in color pencil instead of Sharpie. But you go ahead and do whatever you want. This is your picture. So now I'm just going to start coloring in the Minions, and I'm also going to be using my reference photo for a little bit of shading here and there. And if you don't know what shading is, it just makes your picture or whatever you're drawing really a little bit more 3D-ish or a little bit more realistic. And that's really what I'm going for with this picture, so that's why I'm doing a little bit more shading and outlining and, you know, the color pencil and everything like that. But like I said before, you don't have to do shading and you don't have to do color pencil outlining. You do whatever you want because, like I said before, this is your picture. Now I'm doing what most artists typically do, and if you don't know what it is, it's basically you sign your name at the bottom and also put the date. That way you can remember it, and if anyone tries to steal it, your name is on it. I suggest doing this in pen though and not pencil. I did go over it later with pen, but if you want to do it in pencil, that's totally fine because I don't think anyone's gonna steal it, right? Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed my very first tutorial. If you want to see more of these, then click that thumbs up button and leave a comment below of what drawing maybe you want me to do next, because I'm definitely looking forward to doing more of these, because this was so much fun. Now I'm just going to take my minion drawing and hang it up with the rest of my drawings that I have. Now always remember guys, practice makes perfect when drawing, never give up, and when in the spotlight, strut your stuff. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!